Greetings. This is Dr. Monica. I am the M4 Summit visionary and event planner. And right now with me, I have one of our speakers, David Slaney. How are you today, David?
I'm doing good, thank you.
And, as I was listening to David speak, a few things stuck out to me. And those things were maturity, forgiveness, and self love. When he was talking, and you will hear about his story when you register for the summit. But he was talking about the infidelity of his wife after 22 years and how he experienced that, how that made him feel. But a couple of things that, he talked about how it devastated him. He talked about rekindling or reconnecting with a high school sweetheart and the closure that he got. And then his current wife made sure that he reached out to his high school sweetheart so he wouldn't regret it. And I'm bringing up these things because there's so much jealousy in the world, in relationships. People do not know themselves. Um, you know, so what does man upping looks like?
Man upping, I think, has a lot to do is that we as men, we make mistakes. We do stupid things. We say stupid things. It's just the laws of nature. Women do it too. And I'm in a room with all the doctors. I think one was a, but I remember she had a cesarean for our first child, and when they pulled him out and they, washed him off and, and he got him to holler. Uh, I remember they asked me, "You want to hold him?" And I was, of course, I was kind of numb, but they put him in my arms, and there is a physical connection that you can only be an eyewitness to if you're in that room. And my son reached out and he grabbed my finger. And I just looked and I was like, oh my God. I said, this is my son. I said, I guess I'm going to have to really man up now. I can't do stupid things anymore because somebody's watching me 24/7. And for me, it was easy to do that because I grew up in a house with a father for 12 years. And even at my lowest point, I always knew, I said, I can't surrender to drugs. I can't surrender to alcohol. I can't be out there acting foul with females because that's not the type of man that I am. And being a Marine, we are taught leadership traits.
You
Sure.
talked about your current wife and how
Mhm.
she said that you needed to make sure that you met with your high school sweetheart for closure. I commend her on that. Like I said, that takes a lot of maturity. And, again, people who are not secure in themselves and jealous, they won't do that. So, one of the things you said is to accept your flaws. You found that she accepted your
Well,
flaws.
because as a man, especially as a man of color, we deal with a lot of stuff that is not shown in a public forum. Uh, we know that sometimes we'll walk into an elevator and a white woman will clutch her purse a little bit tighter or move away from a corner. And we know these things are going to happen. Uh, we know if we're walking on a street behind a white woman, they might tend to walk a little faster. They will hold their purse a little tighter. It happened to me in a bank once. So I'm speaking from experience. Black women outnumber black men in every demographic. They attend college more, but with the freedom women have, it allows them to date outside the race. But that's another subject for another day. But because one universal thing women share is that they want a man to be able to step up when things are hard. They want a man to come hold them, you know, My wife tells me she gets more joy when I embrace her in comfort than she does in intimacy, you know. And it took me a long time to understand that. But I realized she grew up without a father. And she told me when I comfort her, that gives her that feeling that, hey, you know what? There's somebody in my corner and he's there. He's going to be okay, you know. And that, to me, that kind of sums up what manning up is, because as I said earlier, the media is, whether it's intent or by design, and I think it is by design, they want to make it a point to denigrate black men. They really do. You know, don't tell me about Obama being president, because even though he was president for 2 terms, which was very important, at no point did he ever get a majority of white people to vote for him. I think he cracked 40% the first time. If he had got to 50, he would have blown McCain out of the water. He'd have blown Mitt Romney out of the water, which is why the former guy, I will not mention him by name, did not run against him directly, because he knew he could not beat him. He knew he was smarter. He knew he had a connection to people he could never reach. He had 2 children with 1 woman, not 5 children with 3 women. You can touch that, you know. But yet you have movies, you have, and I will say, and I'm going to blame Tyler Perry for this. Uh, we have TV shows where they're always showing us in a negative light. We're shiftless. We're stupid. We don't take care of business like we're supposed to. Yes.
Okay, well, I thank you so much. And I am looking forward to seeing you at the M4 Summit, and those that interested to go over to drmonicajackson.com/M4 Summit and register so you can hear this amazing story that David is sharing to encourage you, to empower you, and to educate you. So tell a friend. This is for men and women, and we look forward to seeing you.